Welcome to Wombat Coaching. My name is Neil. In this video, I will be talking about the 5 top sources for colouring book content. Let's start. Number 5, freepik. Freepik is a website where you can download all types of images, including content for colouring books. Now, the pictures are fairly average, but they are a good starting point to get some line drawings that you could use as a colouring book. It's quite a variety here. Not a great source, but there are some pictures here that you could start doing a colouring book with. As you can see, this is one of 200 pages. I won't go through them all, but they're all different shapes and sizes, and some of them are suitable, some of them are not, but it's a starting point. And you don't just use the images as they are, you edit them and make them your own, add them to other things. As with all images, we need to check the license details. This one has the free license with an attribution required, meaning that you need to provide a source of where this image came from in your book. We need to make sure that we're fully aware of the licensing when we are using images like this. Pixabay, very similar to freepik. It's another free website to download all different types of line art and drawings. As you can see, there's quite a large selection here. There's vector graphics. There's some here that aren't suitable because there's too much grey that you wouldn't use for colouring books. You'll find quite a few that are suitable for creating a colouring book. Again, we need to check the license. With Pixabay, the license is free to use under the content license. No attribution is required. However, we don't want to just use these images. We need to edit them and make them our own. That way we won't get pulled up for having content that may be subject to copyright. If we edit it and add it to something else, we're making it our own, and it's going to be a better experience for people using Amazon that are not getting colouring books with all the same images in. Amazon doesn't like it when all the books are repeated with different covers. Number 3, Canva. Now, you've probably heard of Canva before. Canva is also a free site. However, there is also a pro version of Canva. Canva is an excellent source of images for colouring books. I just put the search line drawing in here, and it's brought back quite a few drawings that are quite suitable for colouring book content. And you can resize them in Canva, you can move them around, you can even set your pages up to the right size in Canva for a colouring book. So you can pretty well much design your entire colouring book content and cover here in Canva. Now, you'll see some of the pictures here, and I'll show you they have a little crown on them. That means they are only available through the Pro version. However, you can purchase individual ones by clicking on them if you're in the free account. But as you can see, you can move around quite freely. But you see the little Pro symbol there? That means you have to purchase those. They're part of the Pro account, or you can purchase them individually. But there's a good selection, and it seems to be endless. As you scroll down, it never seems to run out of images. So you should be able to build up quite a decent colouring book by choosing illustrations here from Canva. And a matter of mixing them up, flipping them over, making them your own, not just using them on one page. That's the secret. Fiverr. Fiverr is a site that you can use to have other people do the work for you. You pay them to provide illustrations to you. These people are trained artists, illustrators. They have the skills to provide you with drawings, and there is a great selection of artists or illustrators on Fiverr who can produce work for you. And some of the work is quite good, and it's not that expensive. It ranges from about $7 or $8 up upwards. You can pay a lot more depending on what your budget is. It's just a matter of contacting someone who you like on Fiverr and setting up a communication, let them know what you want, and they will come back with a price. You pay a deposit and you pay the final payment once you receive the artwork. And you get a couple of drafts. If you're not happy with it, you can communicate back and forth with the person doing the work for you until both are happy with the outcome. It's not a bad way to get started if you have no skills at all and you're looking for content. Your cover can also be designed by somebody in Fiverr. So it's just a matter of finding the right illustrator to produce that for you. And this is my favourite one, Creative Fabrica. Now, Creative Fabrica has an excellent selection of graphic art that you can use as content for your colouring in book. There is such a large selection here, you should never run out. And not only do they have simple images, they have word art, fonts, mandala. It's just endless, floral type pictures. Certain themes you may have. They might have a theme of princesses or eggs or certain words. You can see one there, there's one with horses or one there with unicorns. They will do a full package for you like that. The packages are all complete like that and you download them. It's not free. You can download 10 packages and then you'll have to pay a subscription. But it's certainly worth the money. Creative Fabrica is a great source of content and will be your go-to site for a lot of your colouring book content. You can even use some of the illustrations for children's books, and you will never run shy of finding something that you want. It's an excellent source of content and one that I highly recommend. Now, I thought I'd have a little talk to you about AI, this artificial intelligence. Now, you probably heard that it's a source of getting content for your colouring books. Well, it may well be, but you need to be very careful. One, Amazon are not keen on AI, as it is a bit of a grey area, and there may be issues in relation to copyright. A lot of the images produced using AI have been produced by information being obtained from the internet, so it could be subject to copyright, which means you could have your account cancelled or suspended. So be very careful with AI and tread lightly. If you do decide to use AI, just look at the work you have. Perhaps you might need to modify it. Don't use it as is. You may need to modify it, and that may be okay. But personally, I would stay well away from AI at this stage. Let me just show you some examples of some of the AI that I've had, because I have looked at AI and I haven't been impressed at this point. On one occasion, I used an external source to generate some content for a fantasy colouring book that I was creating. And I received the illustrations from this illustrator thinking that the images had been created by hand. On further examination of the images, they just did not look right. On closer inspection, I could see that legs were around the wrong way and there were extra limbs and it just didn't look right. And that was because this particular content provider, who I paid for, was using AI to generate the work. So even be careful of who you use. Even through Fiverr, you need to be careful and ask the question, is this AI? If it's AI, I would avoid it. You're looking for people who can do genuine illustrations by hand to provide you the best content. Another example of some AI that I downloaded, which I was not happy with, happened to come from Creative Fabrica, and I was quite surprised. And however, it looks like creators can upload their packages to Creative Fabrica for us to download. Now, be very careful when you're downloading some of those images, because some of those, and not many, only a few, are also generated by AI. I'm hoping that Creative Fabrica will come down hard on these content providers as the images are just not up to quality. Now, can you see anything wrong with this drawing? Give you a hint. Look at the tail, or tails. How many tails does a cat have? And as you can see, look at the feet, the rear feet. They're not right either. This drawing here has been created with AI. And here's another one, another cat. And how many feet does this cat have? I can count 5, and the back right foot there looks like it's got extra toes as well. So this is created through AI. Unfortunately, it was downloaded through Creative Fabrica. It's not a good example of the work that we normally get through Creative Fabrica. So just be careful what you download. I'm not saying that Creative Fabrica has images that are all like this, but some can slip through the cracks like this. Just be careful. Now, I've used an AI program here just to generate black and white line art princess. And as you can see, I've got 4 that have come back, and from a distance they might look okay, but on closer inspection, they're not that good. They're quite ordinary, and you wouldn't use anything like this as artwork in your colouring book. You'd have to do a lot to modify it. It's just not worth it. They're just, they're not suitable to be used in our colouring books. They're poor quality. Okay, I didn't talk about this, but another source of content is if you draw it yourself, or if you have a family member who's good at drawing. Let them try. Try yourself. You'd be amazed at what you can do. It can be a little bit difficult. There are a lot of tutorials on YouTube that may help you draw. If you feel that you have the gift to draw, then give it a shot. You may surprise yourself. All the links to the content providers I've talked about in this video are in the description. As I stated before, Creative Fabrica requires a paid subscription. You can download 10 free packages. Then after that, you'll need to subscribe. Fiverr requires you to purchase items from a creator, and the other 3, Canva, Pixabay and freepik, are all free. Canva does have a pro subscription, which is worth every penny, and I recommend, if you're serious about generating content for colouring books, or all books for that matter, Canva is a tool that you will need. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you in my next video where I hope to bring you some more great content.